Hello, welcome to Lawyer Talks again this week. And first of all, apologies for no video last week. I was busy with family. Today, we are going to make a bracelet, which I call the Lotus Bracelet. This is one that I'm wearing. It's quite a simple bracelet, but it's a bit fiddly. So that is what we're going to do today. So welcome to Lawyer Talks this week, and thank you always for your support. We need your subscriptions, so ask your friends, family to subscribe to our channel to help us to grow. So thank you and welcome once again. So let's get to it. So as I said, this is what we're making today, the Lotus bracelet. I hope you can see it. It's made with cubic zirconia gems and seed beads. So you can see the back. We've got seed beads, and it's quite a simple bracelet, only that it's a bit fiddly in the way you will attach the cubic zirconia gems. So today we're going to use pink and orange gems. This is the first one, and then we've got two flower shaped, star shaped pink gems that we're going to put together. We've got some tiny tiny gold seed beads that we're also going to use, very tiny gold seed beads. And then we've got some pink, and we've got a bit of pink, a bit of orange, a bit of red, size 11 seed beads, and we're going to put them together to form this type of bracelet. So to start with, we need our elastic, our stretch cord. We need to knot it at the end just so that the beads don't fall off. So I knot it twice in the same place. And then we need our threader. Some people use needles, a piece of fishing wire. I use the thin one so that it will go through the beads. So you can use a needle if you like, but I find it quite convenient to use a length of fishing wire. So that's what I will use to thread the beads. Start off with the big gold piece. So follow along as I thread. This is what we're making. So we need some seed beads. I think it would be easier if I put them here so you can see what I'm doing. So you thread 5. Then we thread one tiny seed bead, one tiny gold seed bead. and then one of the flower cubic zirconia charms. At one point on the charm, there's a hole, so you thread through that hole. Then you need 6 of these gold seed beads. Then we take the big one of the cubic zirconia. They also have holes at each corner, so you decide which hole you want. I take the lower one, thread through that, and then out the other side. Six tiny gold seed beads again. Last the last flower charm. Make sure they face the same way in your bracelet. Facing forwards. And then one tiny seed bead. We are repeating how we started it. And then 5 of this. We put the second gold ball. Right, so that's completed the front. And now we need to add the seed beads to the back. So we want about 35 seed beads. This is a bracelet for about maybe 7.5 inch wrist. But of course you can amend it to whatever size you want. So we want 35. So that's 35. And what we do next is to join the bracelet up. Now this is the first row. It's going to have 2 rows. So this is what the first row looks like. Let's move them a little bit. So that's the first row. And now we want to join it up. So what I do is to tie my elastic. There are various ways of tying the elastic, but what I do is cut off the knots or undo the knots as you like. Hold the 2 ends in one hand and the loop in another hand. I pick this method up along the way too. So you can use this method or you can use any other method of your choice. Now I take one end of the loose stretchy cord and pass it through the loop. And then I hold the 2 together and adjust the bracelet so that the elastic is tight. Okay, so once I've done that, I now tie. So I take my left over the right, pull it not too tight so that the stretchy cord will break. Another left over right, again third time left over right, and then the fourth time I will do left over right, but I will do a double knot. 1, 2, and if you like, you can put some hypo cement. That's if you like, but it won't come undone anyway. You can put some hypo cement in the middle and then pull it tight. So that's that, and it won't come undone, and it's gone into the seed bead. So what you need to do now is to cut off the excess stretchy cord. Let me put a little bit of hypo just to make sure, and then you give it a second to dry before you cut off the cord. If you don't use the hypo, then you can cut the cord off immediately. So that's the first row, and then we go again for the second row at the bottom, but this time we're going to do just a little differently. So let's take the other stretchy cord. As usual, tie your knot. Sometimes it comes undone, so you need to make sure it's quite tight. And then when we want to start this time, we're going to start through the gold bead as well and repeat the same process. So it starts off with 5, one gold seed bead, the tiny one, they're very tiny. We're just using them as spacers. And then you go through the hole at the bottom of the floral cubic zirconia. So you start with 1, you go through the bottom hole, and we pass it back through the gold spacer on the other side. Make sure it goes only through the gold spacer, not through the seed beads, which is exactly what my thread has just done. So, okay, now what do we need? We need 30 of 35 of our seed beads to complete the back of the second strand. So what we need to do now is to tie it just as we tied the first one. So I hold the loop, cut off the, take one end, and then push my beads around so that it's quite tight. There you go. And then we tie. So left overrides, left overrides again, third time, and then the fourth time you do a double. And if you want to add your hypo, just add it in the middle. And then you pull. So we've got a bracelet. What we need to do now is to cut off the excess. And there we have our lotus bracelet. There you have. That's the second one. So the number of beads that you use at the back can be adjusted. I use 35. I could use less if I wanted to. It all depends on the length I'm aiming at. 30 or 35, depending on the need. If it's for you, you need to just adjust it according to the wrist measurement. So that's the one we've just made now, the lotus bracelet. So if you go onto the website, layertopscreations.com, under bead and charm bundles, you'll find the lotus flower kits there as well. And under each kit, what you'll get is 3 cubic zirconia charms. There are 3 colors on the web, 3 sets, 3 different color sets on the website. So you get 3 charms. You get the tiny gold spacers, seed beads, and then the 2 gold spacer beads. You get the tiny spacers. There are 45 in each pack. You can't use all of them, but then got 45. You've got 100 seed beads. They're size 11, so you've got 100 in the pack, and you've got your elastic, your stretchy cord in the pack. So there's nothing you need to worry about. You just buy the kit and try your hand at making the lotus bracelets, which is the one that I'm also wearing here. So thank you for tuning in this week. Thank you for subscribing to our channel. And we've got some new subscribers too this week, so I thank you for signing up and for checking back to watch our videos. So go to the bead and charm bundles under the menu tab on our website, which is loyaltopscreations.com, and you will find the lotus kit there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just a reminder, the videos come out every Friday, so at 7 p.m. So thank you once again, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.